Today's spooky spot, we're having a look at the Neca Cult Classics Series 7, Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice features the handbook for the recently deceased and 2 snakes. A figure I've had for a while. I've decided to actually hold off and I was going to shoot for a spooky spot. Figured it was fitting enough. Coincidentally enough, even though I decided to hold off and shoot a review for Beetlejuice for Halloween, it works itself out now that apparently a sequel of Beetlejuice is in the works. It's remarkable how things work out like that. On the side, we've got the poster for Beetlejuice. Gina Davis, a very young, slender Alec Baldwin, and of course Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice himself. I think many people, when they heard Michael Keaton being cast for Batman, automatically looked at this movie and said, really? The guy that's going to be playing Batman was Beetlejuice? It worked out. It did work out. On the back of the package, there is a picture of Beetlejuice. Other characters you can get. We have a figure from Exorcist, as well as a character from Grindhouse, which I guess would be, what was his name? Stuntman Mike? Who knows? I think it was Stuntman Mike. The read-up says a brand new series comprised of your favorite heroes and villains from classic horror, sci-fi, and action movies. Each figure is highly detailed and comes complete with movie-accurate accessories and display bases. Trouble with the living? Is death a problem and not the solution? Unhappy with eternity? Having difficulty adjusting? Call Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice is the obnoxious freelance bioexorcist hired to scare away the living. Not much is known about him, including his age or cause of death. He is vulgar and crude and is trying to scheme his way back into the land of the living. Say Beetlejuice 3 times fast. That is packaging. What I am going to do is take a bit of a break. I'm going to get this opened up, and along the way, we're going to get a better look at Beetlejuice. There's more terrifying review to come. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. I'm just going to put down Beetlejuice because unfortunately he doesn't stand very well. We'll get to him in a second. The accessories, as mentioned in the package, the accessories that come with Beetlejuice, for starters, he comes with a green snake. Okay, probably not the greatest of accessories. He also does come with a red snake. Again, really not that super interesting. I suppose if NECA was to redo this figure now, we might maybe get an alternate head with like the alternate arms where he's got the hammers and then his head kind of looks like a carousel. Maybe we might have gotten it now like that. Back then, we're just getting a couple of snakes. However, we do also get, if I zoom into that, we also get the handbook for the recently deceased. Some really nice detail work surprisingly for such a small book. Kind of looks like a paper surface. Even on the spine, it's got a bit of a read up. On the back, some faint indications of actual pages. Some fine work for such a small book. And moving that back, so I have actually a look at Beetlejuice. Unfortunately, again, he doesn't stand very well. For starters, he's got bent feet. You can see here that his shoes are kind of arched upward. It's enough, at least for me, that he doesn't stand well at all. I don't even think he stands at all. Nope, doesn't stand at all on this set. It's a bit of a shame, but I mean, the trade-off, though, for a figure that unfortunately doesn't stand here, is that you get an incredible sculpt on Beetlejuice. You get a very grotesque face. Kind of looks like Beetlejuice. I think for an old figure like this, I think they did a pretty good job. You can see like the slime and everything else on his hair. I could never really gauge what was on the side of Beetlejuice's face, whether that was moss, mold, slime. Maybe it was just slime. The teeth look really, really gross and grotesque. What? Close up the teeth. There you go. Really nice work. And we zoom back a bit. There's the back of Beetlejuice's hair. Again, really nicely sculpted. And we zoom out, what would then be something that Tim Burton was known for. Beetlejuice is in a striped suit. The worms also had a stripe motif to them as well. By now, though, I mean, everybody knows. You see stripes, especially with Nightmare Before Christmas, you see stripes, you automatically think of Tim Burton. But really nice work on the suit. As you can see, the tie is loose. It's a loose piece. So you get a little bit of movement from there. You get Beetlejuice's big gut going on there as well. For me, as iconic really as Beetlejuice was in the movie, what's also iconic about the movie Beetlejuice 2 is the music. Some of Danny Elfman's finest work, if you ask me. Catherine O'Hara also was phenomenal in that movie too. And I also really love the Beetlejuice cartoon. So really, I was always a big fan of Beetlejuice as a whole. Some detail work on Beetlejuice's hands. You can see that he's got a couple of watches on there. Some jewelry. There's a ring there. Really sharp fingernails. Anything on this side? Just some slime, whatnot. Yeah, definitely a really good figure. Now, NECA has re-released this figure. It's one of those figures that have been re-released along with like Lost Boys. A couple of Jasons have been re-released. The re-release, luckily for Beetlejuice, even though you're not getting a larger card, you get a much narrower card. You don't lose anything. As far as I know, you get all the same accessories. You get the book, you get the snakes. It's nothing like the Jasons where you're missing a base, or you're missing some really crucial pieces. So if you didn't get a chance to get this original release of Beetlejuice, you could still get the re-release and probably be just as fine. In the way of his articulation, Beetlejuice's head is on a ball joint. His arms are on a pin and socket. They rotate all the way around. It's an older figure too, so I would advise some caution because it could have the clear pegs. Those clear pegs are known for breaking. There's a rotation of the wrists. I want to say it's just a rotation of the waist. It looks like it could be a ball joint, but very unlikely. It's probably just a swivel, and the swivel in the shoes, the boots. Now, even though NECA has re-released this same figure, I would love to see NECA do another Beetlejuice figure, maybe with the alternate head, with the carousel head, the alternate arms with the the big mallets. Some real way to jazz up this initial figure, and maybe some knee articulation would be nice too, along with elbow articulation. If they don't, I still think this is a phenomenal figure. And if you're a fan of Tim Burton, a fan of Beetlejuice really as a whole, I think this figure is a must-have pickup. You really can't go wrong with a figure like this. Beetlejuice, I think I'm going to get a very scary 8.52. I was going to say 5, but he's worth a lot more. I'm going to give him an 8.5. There you have it, my friends. Today's spooky spot. We're having a look at the NECA Cult Classics Series 7 Beetlejuice. Thanks for watching, guys, as you always do. Certainly stick around. More spooky spots are heading your way. And I'll see you guys next time.